year, one beer, one kill, one gun, one fight, that fatal one night that would make dad run. I often ask, did I play a role in that outcome? And if I did as a kid, I often ask, how come? We're from living in the Bay to the Roxbury slums, where I shot my first jumper and saw my first jump, standing on the corner chewing on rocks like gum.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Saul Canelo Alvarez. So Eddie Hearn said that he sent 4 options to Canelo and he still received no reply. The 4 options were Dimitri Bivol, Cullum Smith, Demetrius Andrade, and John Ryder. So I'll start this one off with G. Man. Out of those 4 options, or even you can add your own option, who should Canelo fight?
Oh, who should he fight?
Yeah, should he fight one of those 4 options, or should he fight someone else?
Well, hey, I think it'd be dope if he fought Boo Boo, but I know he's not going to. I think he's gonna take the John Ryder fight. Due to inactivity, because of this whole pandemic. I don't think he should go into a top fight right now. I think he should do a little tune-up. And, the John Ryder dude provides that. I don't know if Canelo will be willing to fight in the UK. I think that fight should be in the UK, seeing that dude's, like, unknown here in the States and in Mexico. So why not, build a fan base over there in the UK? Easy fight. Gain more of the market share and come back to Mexico, with a couple more millions in your pocket, man. Why not? I think that's what they're gonna probably do, because I don't think he's gonna take his first fight back in this period of time, because remember, like, a lot of training camps have been shut down as well because of the whole pandemic and stuff. So unless Canelo has like a bunch of guys that he just trusts and everything, a lot of people had to shut down everything. A lot of training camps, a lot of facilities had to get shut down. So I don't think he should be fighting a top dog right now. I think he should take a tune-up fight before he goes in there with an actual killer.
So what was the name you said again?
Oh, the John Ryder dude. I think he should take that fight.
I think he should fight John Ryder.
Right now, yeah, for coming back off of this this long season of inactivity, just do a tune-up. He doesn't have to fight top dogs every time. Like, I think he's warranted, a tune-up fight. I think this would be a time, go to the UK, fight this guy that you're likely gonna beat, and build a platform over there in United Kingdom, and then come back to Mexico and the US.
All right, Trill Dollar Bill. Do you think Canelo should fight one of those 4 or someone else?
Okay. Well, on this edition, this is the new edition of the Love Box Telemundo.
Telemundo edition.
The Telemundo edition, because I said the Love Box. The reason why I said the Love Box, or should I say right now, is the Love Triangle. Nobody else jumped in there yet. But between Canelo, De La Hoya, and Lil Ryan. That's the Love Triangle, Telemundo edition. What I think that Canelo should do, he's not answering De La Hoya. They've been going through the back and forths, and now Ryan's claiming he got beef with De La Hoya because monkey see, monkey do. But I see this, for example. I think that he should go against a guy like Derevenchenko. The reason why I say Derevenchenko, it's not Boo Boo, and it's not Callum, right?
Yeah.
But it's just enough that people will tune in, because they seen with Derevenchenko was just robbed by Triple G. I think Canelo would outclass Derevenchenko, and it will set up a next fight or another big fight. It's just styles makes fights. Makes fights to me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Canelo has the style to make Derevenchenko look really, really horrible and really basic. You know what I'm saying? I think Triple G was getting way old, and that's how Derevenchenko was able to take advantage of a Triple G. Now, I think that would be a good look because it's still a name, and it's not like one of these other guys, but it could definitely bring people out to see that, and it would set him up for another mega fight after that, whoever he chooses. But I think that right now, Callum Smith is way too tall, even though he fought Rocky Fielding. Callum Smith is a different type of animal. I think he's number one at 168, if you're asking me. But I think the Reverend Chinko, I would like to see that.
Hey, Trill, just point of clarification. It was Eddie Hearn that said he's not responding, not Oscar.
Oh, it was Eddie Hearn?
Yeah.
That was Oscar. But hey, listen, so he's out of but still, he got problems with Oscar. Still the love triangle. And Eddie Hearn is and poor Eddie. Poor Eddie.
It's Oscar when you think about it, because Oscar represents Canelo.
So you know what? You know what, G? To piggyback off of what you just said, I bet you he is hitting Oscar, and Oscar's not telling Canelo. It happened before. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the IBF hit up De La Hoya, and De La Hoya didn't tell Canelo. I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo be like, he didn't tell me about the full fights. You know what I'm saying? He didn't tell me about the full fights. So you might be right, G.
You're turning into conspiracy. All right, Ned.
Maybe Canelo, the message wasn't relayed to Canelo, and Canelo doesn't know these fights are on the table. But if the Canelo did get him, it doesn't say when Eddie sent them the offer. And maybe Canelo has to review his options. Like, does he want to go at the tops in those divisions, or does he want to just take a easy fight? And he's probably gonna have to fight on Independence Day or Mexico's independence. That weekend is Mexico's independence. So he's gonna do great for his country. Let's wait. Let's not just like Eddie probably just throwing this like maybe Oscar didn't send it, and then just to get Canelo's attention. So yeah, but I think we're gonna get a good fight. The easy route is John Ryder, but I would like to see him take on Boom Boom or Bederval.
Who's Boom Boom? Who's Boom Boom?
My bad. My bad.
What?
Don't come for me or Bederval.
Yo,
Hey, y'all mess with poor names all the time. Y'all not gonna give me slack. Y'all not gonna give me slack. But But it'd be nice to see that.
Man, all these fighters coming back. Ray Boom Boom Mancini coming back.
I'm going Boom Boom Mancini.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
But whatever. But he already got his bag, yo. So whatever fights, I don't know. It's Canelo. It's gonna be a draw. His name's the draw already. So whatever.
It ring bells. Tell him, Ned. His name ring bells.
They ain't get that contract for no reason. So I would like to see him fight Bederval or Andrade or Ryder if that's the easy route he's gonna take.
You said Bederval?
Yeah. He mixed up Butterbean and Ball.
Like, yo, what was it? Dragon Ball Fusion, bro.
Bivol.
Bivol at 175? You want him to fight Bivol at 175? He's gonna die.
If y'all want to see Canelo die, let him fight David Benavidez. I guarantee you.
Don't do it. See, that's what I'm saying. If Canelo's gonna play this 168 game, it's certain guys he gotta pick and choose. Like Billy Joe Saunders or even the Caleb Plant. Stay away from David Benavidez and Callum Smith.
Exactly.
And everybody at 175. Bivol is dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so just to run down the four options. Dimitri Bivol, like I feel like it is a dangerous fight, and I feel like the risk reward doesn't add up. I feel like it's high reward. Callum Smith, I think at this particular point in time is high risk, low reward. Demetrius Andrade, the same thing. I feel like Demetrius Andrade's a good fighter. For us diehards, we know his name, we know what he brings to the table, but if I was to go up the street and saw 10 random people and I said, Do you know who Demetrius Andrade is? How many of them are you confident would know?
Boom, boom.
How many of them you think would know who he is realistically? And this is Massachusetts, and he's from Rhode Island. And I'm still not confident that if I went up there and asked 10 people who Demetrius Andrade is, 5 of them would know who he is. I doubt it would be 50-50. If I went up there and I said, do you know who Triple G is? I feel like more people would know. So here you have another low risk, low reward. I want Demetrius Andrade to get that fight, but I feel like Demetrius Andrade and Charlo need to get it on. These guys got to build their resume up. You're talking about a man in Canelo Alvarez who's already signed a contract worth $33 million per fight, and you guys still haven't. And you're throwing stones at him, and people are saying he's ducking and he's running. It's called prize fighting, man. It's prize fighting. So, John Ryder, I don't know. I don't think that's a good fight either. That's just a slap in the face to the masses, I feel like. I feel like, okay, you're giving me junk, to quote Larry Merchant. Like, you're giving me junk, basically. But Derevianchenko is a good option. We saw what he did against Triple G. Canelo going in there against Derevianchenko and winning convincingly could make a statement to the public. It's saying, I'm better than Triple G. And you know, we talk about cross fights all the time. No, to me, it doesn't mean anything. But to the public, people will say, hey, Canelo looked better against Derevianchenko than Triple G did. There's also Chris Eubank Jr., and I feel like that's an intriguing fight. And Chris Eubank Jr. says he wants to fight. So that's another good fight with a solid name, a guy whose dad is a former superstar in the sport, and the son is looking to make his own name in the sport. And I think the risk and the reward matches up with that fight. And I also think it's one the public would be interested in. So for me, the 2 options should be Chris Eubank Jr. and Derevianchenko. That should be who Canelo fights. Not those 4 guys.
Mm-hmm. They need to stop calling out Canelo. He already paid the cost to be the boss. You know what I'm saying? Now all these other guys got to put in the work. They want to jump over. You know what I'm saying? They want to leap right over to the fame. They want to skip right over the fighting the tough guys and jump right into the big names. But Canelo paid his dues. And these other fighters got to pay their dues as well. You know what I'm saying? And they need to stop fighting each other. I think these guys need to stop fighting each other, like you said, Kaden, and build up their resume and their names so that the people really, really want to see and demand a fight with the number 1 pound-for-pound star in the sport.
That's what the game is missing. Like you said, the people demanding a fight, you don't have to earn it anymore. You don't have to do anything because fanboyism, the new thing in boxing is you don't have to fight anyone. You just got to act like you wanted to fight them, but they avoiding you, and then you get credit for the win as if it's a real thing. Like, well, he ducked him, so and everyone picks who's
fighters got to fight.
You don't got to prove nothing in the ring anymore, and it's just the game's all messed up. Y'all got the game messed up, player.
That's what it is. And they sitting there, instead of fighting each other, right? They fighting guys that nobody knows of and looking impressive against these no-name guys that they just drag in.
Each other's ducking. This person's ducking. So I saw a comment. Where I can't remember his name. I can't remember the name, but he basically said how we know that Earl Spence is ducking Terrence Crawford, and we claim that Danny Garcia and Terrence Crawford was a 50-50 fight when we know that's not true. So just because I thought about it, I'll address it. For one, I don't know who's ducking who, okay, because I don't play those games. I do know TC could have signed to PBC and he didn't. But if you really want those fights and you know those fighters are over there, you should have signed. Since staying at top rank, TC hasn't fought an elite level welterweight. I do know that. Earl Spence has. And TC, they're saying may fight Sean Porter, or he may fight Kell Brook, or he may fight this guy. They keep saying he may fight guys. Earl Spence sparked out already. That's what I do know. 1. 2, Danny Garcia and TC being a 50-50 fight's a joke. Do you know Danny Garcia beat him at the U.S. Olympic trials? Do you know that? Danny Garcia actually beat him in the amateurs. What is strictly about boxing, not about power, not about anything. Danny Garcia beat him. Did you know that? See, once again, I think it's a 50-50 fight because of Danny's boxing ability and his power. But this is what I'm talking about when you talk about like people and, hey man, if you believe what you want to believe, how do you know who's running? How about we just demand both these guys man up and fight? I don't want to hear anyone's running anymore. Make the fight. If the fight's not made, I'm holding both of them accountable.
Listen, Canelo ain't ducking nobody. Like I said, he paid the cost to be the boss. Tell us what you think in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. This is the Boxing Bros. Viva Mexico!
Sing the anthem, Trill. Go ahead.
This is no, I'm not going to butcher it today.
I wanna see what's on your mind. You wanna see what's on my mind. Pimpin' all the time. I wanna know if you wanna be mine. You wanna know if you can be mine. Pimpin' all the time. I wanna see what's on your mind. You wanna see what's on my mind. Pimpin' all the time. I wanna know if you